May 30th, 2024. Well, Lenny doesn't really like to move with the sheep, so some days you have to come down here and get him, but I'm in the middle. I'm going to take another video tomorrow on May 1st to show the difference, but I think if you look at my previous video and look at today, we have increased the stalking rate by 2, cut the paddock size down in half, and we can really see how much better they're not selecting. We're just clipping the tops at this point, which is what we want to do. I don't know that we could do any better. As Rachel and I have talked about this, there's a difference here between selective and non-selective grazing. Like this part, they ate pretty hard. This was mostly Italian ryegrass in this patch, versus some other patches here that are mostly fescue, and they didn't hardly touch at all. But if we tighten them down and make them graze at all, they would really graze this Italian rye to the dirt, and the fescue would still be 4 inches or 5 inches, and so we'd have this same thing anyway. So what we're really looking for is everything nipped off. Now there's a patch right here that didn't get nipped off. There's some other patches that didn't, but that's what we're looking for, just to dense it up. I know there are people that want to talk about non-selective grazing and they blaze it to the dirt and go on, and I'm not, don't take that as me being mean. I'm not. I just have done it. Ask me how I know, and what I'd get this time of year is ironweed and horse nettle for later on in the year. So you just can't do that. You can do it in some places, but it just doesn't work here. And that's the thing with grazing. It's the nature of grazing is it really depends on your climate and your forage and all those things. And we're in a non-brittle climate, and we don't have to do that. We can come back 2 or 3 times a year. So that's what we're after. I want them to be sort of selective, but sort of non-selective, somewhere in the middle. Because if we made them non-selective, they'd overgraze it. If we make them really selective, they won't graze things at all. So that's where we got to be. I guess one more point. I moved old Lenny the other day, and Rachel was here, and she says, "He just don't look like he's moving, like he's just slow." And I'm like, well, he doesn't have to be fast. Look at this. He's standing knee deep in high quality forage. I mean, even for him, needing 50 dry matter pounds a day, it's not taking him very many bites to get what he needs before he has to lay down and chew his cud. So he doesn't have to be fast. They don't have to move around. And I just love sitting here watching these ewes grazing the tops and just coming up with a whole mouthful of grass. It's amazing. And this is the time of year that I told Ethan the other day, I said, boy, some of this here I could just nip off with a pair of scissors and take it home and eat it with ranch dressing. I mean, look at the diversity we see right there in front of us. Other than the horse nettle, or not horse nettle, the purple dead nettle I see there, and the rest of it, I think I could eat that on a salad, and I'm not much of a salad person. So, although I did pick up a piece of chicory the other day and took a bite of it, and I got a bad gallbladder, and it immediately, my gallbladder was talking to me. So there are definitely some tannin levels in there. I don't know, maybe if I ate it, maybe it would break up my gallstones. Maybe that's a natural thing we just haven't discovered yet. So great grazing here. Cows are, this is about the 3rd or 4th move. We'll move them tonight. Of course, this is the day after the big storm. If any of you, I don't even know, because our power's been out for 2 days. I'm told they're saying it's a derecho. We had straight line winds here. We also have had a small microburst / tornado touch down here. We've got a path through the woods about 90 feet wide, and runs the whole length of the woods, and we've lost, I don't know, 13 trees in that path alone, and probably 18, 20 trees outside of that in other places. Really not complaining. The power out sucks, but we've actually been very, very lucky. And one of the trees that was blown down was one we were going to cut down last weekend, but we just didn't have time, so it was a happy accident. It went ahead and blew over for us. So with that, I'll say we'll see you next time.